Hi everyone, today we'd like to start our session continuation for FACTS controllers that I'd like to concentrate upon UPFC. UPFC stands for Unified Power Flow Controller. That it is nothing but it's a combination of combined series and shunt controllers. These are the contents we have to cover in this particular session. First one, basic operating principles, conventional transmission control parameters. Next one, independent real and reactive power flow control. And finally, control system for active and reactive power control. Yeah, this one is a basic diagram for the part of unified power flow controller. That it is mainly our subject itself indicates the part here as transmission system. I'd like to take one transmission system. In that, it's a combination of two parameters. One thing is nothing but shunt controller. Another one is nothing but series controller. This series controller is nothing but it's a triple SC. SC stands for static synchronous compensator. STATCOM stands for shunt parameter is nothing but STATCOM. STATCOM stands for static synchronous compensator. Yeah, observe the thing. I'd like to connect it via the part of series transformer for this voltage source converter here. And this one is nothing but shunt transformer, and I'd like to connect it to the part of voltage source converter like this. In order to connect it via the part of DC link capacitor. This one plays a crucial role here in order to allow the bidirectional current flow of powers here. That I'd like to concentrate upon active power flow only here. Whereas in this particular unified power flow controller, I'd like to use both the things of STATCOM and SSC. And one more point we can observe here is we have some control structure also here. Which parameters I would like to make concentrate upon the part of controlling structure. These are the things you have to observe, and it is given by this concept is given by the part of Hugh Gee in the year 1995. Remember this name also here. Yeah, these are the some more points you have to recollect the parts in UPFC. The main advantage of UPFC is to control both active and reactive power flows in the transmission line. If there are any disturbances or faults in the source side, the UPFC doesn't work. We cannot. UPFC is not applicable if and only the condition or disturbances or faults will be there in the source side. UPFC operates only on the balanced sine wave source. The controllable parameters of UPFC are reactance, phase angle, voltage. The UPFC allows to suppress power system oscillations, and thereby it improves the transient stability of the system. We all know transient stability, power system oscillations, na? Just remember those points. Yeah, it's a combination of two parameters. One thing is STATCOM, another one is SSC. STATCOM. I know this STATCOM operation and shunt compensation. Same STATCOM here. This one is nothing but utility system, and this one is nothing but STATCOM, and this one is nothing but voltage source converter. We all discussed this thing in shunt compensation in the previous session. Yeah, just this. I'd like to separate this one, this shunt part. That one is nothing but STATCOM. Only remember one point here. I would like, whenever we come to the part of shunt compensation, we bother about the part of injection of current. Injection of current. Whether the current will current travels from this direction to this direction or from this direction to that direction. That's the crucial thing. Yeah. If that entire STATCOM voltage is greater than utility voltage, means current travels from this side to that side upward. That it can act as a part of capacitor as a source. Or else, if utility voltage is greater than STATCOM voltage, means current travels from upward to downward. At that time, it acts as a part of reactor. That's the main thing we have to observe. This DC link is nothing but it's a storage. Yeah, these are the points we discussed in shunt compensation also. Same parameters. STATCOM voltage is greater than utility voltage, means reactive power supplies. Reactive power supplies, and it can act as a part of capacitive nature. If STATCOM voltage is less than utility voltage, means its absorption of reactive power will be there. That is, power exchange will occur in this particular thing. If that entire output voltage is equal to the system voltage, means the reactive power exchange becomes 0, and the state is nothing but floating state. Yeah, try to remember this one. Supplies absorption of reactive power will occur due to the parameters of STATCOM voltage and utility voltage. And one more thing, we all discussed in shunt compensation these parameters. Next one, triple C. Triple C, I'd like to segregate that series part. Series transformer, voltage source converter. Voltage source converter requires DC link capacitor, and the filters are inductors. We discussed there. And this one is a power circuit for controlling structure. Try to remember this active power formula is V square by X na, and I would like to segregate Vc is by I into sine delta. We all know this formula. I'd like to remember once again here active power formula. Yeah, what's the main intention of a triple C operation here is if the injected voltage series in the sense triple C is a series combination na. Series in the sense I would like to inject voltage. If that voltage is in phase with the line current means that entire real power will exchange. Just one line. Voltage is in phase with the line current means real power will exchange. On the other hand, if voltage is injected in quadrature with the line current means reactive power either absorbed or generated will be the thing. One thing is P and the one is Q, in phase and perpendicular or quadrature. Yeah, this one is a overall UPFC operation, that it is the basic function of two inverters will be there now. One side is nothing but STATCOM, second side is nothing but triple C. The function of inverter 1 is to supply or absorb the real power demanded by inverter 2 at the common DC link. Inverter 1 can also generate or absorb controllable reactive power if it is desired, and thereby it can provide independent shunt reactive power compensation for the line. Yeah, the main point we can remember in this particular UPFC here is, observe this particular diagram. Real power can travel from this side to that side or this side to that side. But reactive power will not travel from both the sides. It can operate independently. One thing is shunt compensation side or else series compensation side. That's the main point we have to remember. That's the thing only they can observe here. Yeah. Inverter 2 provides the main function of which thing UPFC by injecting an AC voltage. We all know inverter 2 is nothing but it's a triple AC. Triple AC in the sense injection of voltage. That voltage is VPQ. With controllable magnitude of which thing it's in between the things of 0 to VPQ voltage max. And phase angle is in terms of degrees now alpha 0 to 360 degrees at the power frequency in series with the line via an insertion transformer or series transformer. The transmission line current flows through this voltage source, resulting in real and reactive power exchange between and the AC system. The real power exchange at the AC terminals is converted by the inverter into DC power, which appears at the DC link as positive or negative real power demand. Yeah, that enter we can observe one more capacitor in a DC link capacitor. That is the main criteria. In order to transfer this active power from one side to another side will occur due to the parameter of DC link capacitor there. Next, these are the basic operating principles of UPFC. We all know this one is a two-machine system, two-machine power system, sending end side, receiving end side, and I would like to have some reactance X. We all know this one here, and from this particular diagram, I would like to have some injection of this source, variable injection here, that it can carry some voltage here is VPQ, and it can have some power here is active power P and reactive power Q. Observe, active power it's both the directions. It's a variable reactive power, that it is a QP, Q. Yeah, unfortunately, I'd like to add some source here. Na? When I'd like to add some source here, it can carry some VPQ voltage, and the reactance can carry some voltage here is Vx. Current traveling across this line here is I. I'd like to draw one phasor diagram for this particular thing. What's that parameter is nothing but initially we are having sending end voltage and receiving end voltage. It can have some angle of delta naught is the initial one. When I would like to make it, I would like to add one VPQ here now source for this particular line. When I would like to add this source, the entire effective voltage will change. I would like to connect it across the thing of sending end. That's why VSEF is nothing but sending end effective voltage. It's a combination of two parameters. One thing is sending end voltage, another one is nothing but VPQ. That it is VSEF is equal to VS plus VPQ. Yeah, that it is VSF is nothing but it's a combination of VS and try to add what's this parameter VPQ and the resultant is VSF and the new angle with reference to receiving end is delta. It's a new angle, load angle here delta. And observe the parts and initially this one is nothing but Vs and VR we have some angle of which how much delta naught and the new angle here is delta. But initially the voltage here is Vx naught is the initial voltage. But the new voltage, I would like to improve that voltage profile now. That it is nothing but combine this one Vsef to the point of Vr. This one is a new voltage that it is Vx. Yeah. Observe this particular phasor diagram plays a crucial role in terms of basic operating principles. Only one line. We are having some sending end, receiving end and reactance X. But when I would like to add some source here, the effective voltage will changes here. That it is Vs plus injection of this voltage is Vpq. Yeah, this one is again. Initially Vs and Vr will have some angle of delta naught. When I would like to add some Vpq, it has some Vsef. Try to have some new angle here as delta and try to join it to the Vx here. If I'd like to make it one circle with the radius of VPQ, make it center here and with the help of that one, I'd like to make it one circle like this. This entire circle is the controllable region. Within that controllable region only, I would like to make the changes here. That's the main thing. This entire diagram is nothing but conceptual representation of the UPFC in a two-mesh power system. Remember this thing. Yeah. In the examination point of view, if they pose some question, try to implement UPFC by two back-to-back voltage source converters means we have to draw this particular diagram. Yeah. What's this? There's no variation in this particular diagram. What you have learned in the first slide, that's the same diagram. Same transmission line, series transformer, shunt transformer. But in terms of converter 1 and converter 2, make it the thing. We have some thyristors in combination to the part of diode. Back to back thyristor one set, second set, third set. Same opposite manner. Yeah, and connected VA, VB, VC supply. That it is AC supply, three-phase supply. Same. Converter 1 and converter 2. This side is nothing but voltage source converters. These are this one is nothing but triple AC and this one is nothing but STATCOM. Via the part of which connection DC link capacitor na VDC. It's a storage device. And the controlling parameters is this one. I would like to make it all the control parameters voltage, impedance, load angle and reactive power and thereafter measured variables and parameter settings. These are the controllable structure. This one is back to back VSS in order to implement UPFC. Current traveling across this one is I and I would like to inject via the part of this one is VPQ is a new voltage. V plus VPQ is nothing but sending an effective voltage. Yeah. The next in our concept wise, conventional controllable parameters. Conventional controllable parameters. Controllable in the sense there are some parameters. What are the parameters here? The first and foremost thing, voltage regulation. Second one, impedance. Third one, angle that is phase shifting. Altogether, this one is the final diagram. Yeah. Each and every diagram plays a crucial role. Observe this particular diagram. Let it be the voltage V here. I would like to increase this voltage or reduce the voltage. That it is regulation of voltage will occur. That it is in order to add delta we change in voltage plus or minus. There is no variation in the bar. Within that circle only I would like to control. We can observe in controllable parameters now. That's the thing. Second one, line impedance compensation is nothing but I would like to compensate some voltage. That it is we are having some VC that it is voltage leads current now it's inductive nature, that's why current here. Try to project this current up to this point. Perpendicular to this current, I would like to add some voltage. That voltage is nothing but compensating voltage. Initially, this one is a V. For this V, I would like to add compensating voltage plus V or else minus V. But try to make it this plus V or minus V is perpendicular to the current direction. And the resultant voltage is V minus Vc this side or V plus Vc this side. That it is line impedance compensation can occur with the help of this compensating voltage Vc. Yeah. Next thing. The third category here is phase shifting. Phase shifting is nothing but same V, but depending upon the angle, sigma or minus sigma will be there now, and with the help of that angle we can carry some perpendicular to the part of this voltage. We can have some plus V sigma. Resultant is V plus V sigma. This side minus V sigma. Due to the parameter of angle only I would like to bother. In the previous thing I don't bother about angle. Yeah, V minus V sigma is the resultant value. This entire criteria is for the part of which diagram phase shifting. If altogether I would like to simultaneously control here, that it is the final diagram here. V, VPQ, that resultant is V plus VPQ. And the change in voltage is delta V. And the sigma voltage is VC or else V sigma. This one, this circle only plays a crucial role. In this particular circle only, I would like to make it control the parameters. The parameters in this particular one is voltage, impedance, phase shifting or phase angle. These are nothing but conventional controllable parameters. The theory part we can learn in the PDF which I have provided for you. Conventional controllable parameters is nothing but if I would like to plot one power angle characteristics, P delta. Yeah, it's a exponentially rising and dropping voltage may be like this. If I'd like to make it plus or minus 0.5, that it is the graph can shift from this point to that point. It's nothing but range of transmittable power. It can transmit up to the level of 0.5 up or minus 0.5 down. Same if you'd like to plot one graph in between reactive power. We can have some receiving and reactive power, that it is minus QR. Same, it's exponentially rising up to this point only here. I'd like to plot entire this curve up to pi, 180 degrees only there. Same, plus or minus 0.5 only we can vary, that it is nothing but V square by X or else VPQ. What's that VPQ is nothing but I would like to inject one source. That voltage will carry some source here as VPQ. This one is some other graphs in between the curves of active and reactive power to the part of delta. Same diagram, phasor diagram representation of UPFC. We learned in the previous slide. In particular, they may pose some question, independent real and reactive power control means try to remember two formulas. Don't neglect these two formulas. One formula is active power formula, V square by X sin delta. Another formula is Q, V square by X into 1 minus cos delta. It's V square, it's not V, it's a V square. If you plot a graph in between P and delta, it's exponentially rising and decaying like this. If I'd like to plot one curve that it is exponential rising, negative na. Previous slide we can observe it's a negative minus QR. That's why they can have some exponential rising up to 180 degrees like this. Try to note these formulas. V square by X into 1 minus cos delta is Q. This one is active power P. If I'd like to plot one graph in between P versus minus QR means it's a semicircle. When I'd like to connect all the locus points, we can have some semicircle maybe like this. Change in the values of the center if I'd like to plot P versus QR. This one is a curve. If they pose some question, particularly independent real and reactive power means try to plot these two curves. This one is also there. If you can remember, for different changing in values of delta equal to 0, delta equal to 30 means this entire circle will travel across this particular zone. First initially 0 point. Up to 30 means it can roll on to this point. 60 means roll on to fourth quadrant. And the next point here is this one. Different delta values. How I would like to control this entire active and reactive powers, that's the main issue. Yeah. Next. Finally, we landed upon the things of control schemes. This one is a control schemes. Basic UPFC control scheme. We all know this particular diagram. Remember, series transformer, shunt transformer, and I would like to connect it to the part of one converter, that it is series converter. This one is nothing but shunt converter, connected via the part of DC link capacitor. We know that thing. But moving on to the next one, I would like to make it one control structure. Below the part, shunt converter control. This below the part, series converter control. But for this controlling structure, which parameters I would like to give it, that's the main issue. Shunt in the sense I would like to inject which thing, current. Series in the sense I would like to give which thing, voltage. Yeah. And the reference voltage, for the sake of this VDC means VDC reference, IQ reference. IQ reference I would like to give it. Shunt current carrying here as I shunt. V1 is the source side voltage. V1 will be there on the first side, and that's why 1. All this 1 represent STATCOM, 2 represents replace C. The main intention of UPFC is I would like to control both the parameters of P and Q. This one is again. I'd like to inject one voltage now. That voltage is nothing but VPQ reference I'd like to give. Second side, it has some impact on all the parameters. Replace C will have some impact on all the parameters. Current I, V1, V2. Whereas this one only V. Yeah. From there, these are the parameters I would like to give it to control converter. From that, I would like to choose the values to the converter. There, this converter will on the things, and it is connected to the part of this entire structure like this. Same this side also. This one is a basic UPFC control scheme. Just our diagram here up to here, but below the part some controlling structures I would like to add. Yeah. If you remember this entire thing, overall UPFC control scheme. If you remember this particular diagram, that's enough. That it is same diagram, nothing new. Series transformer, shunt converter, series converter, VDC. Same shunt converter control, series converter control. But below the part, we are having some two groups. One block is nothing but functional operation control. For the sake of function, this entire thing, this control will be there. Another one is nothing but system optimization control. Don't try to mug up, but try to identify the procedure here. System optimization control is nothing but how extent we can control this entire active and reactive power control can happen. This entire system optimization control will give those parameters. Those parameters are nothing but one side operator inputs. We have to operate this entire thing with the help of this one only here. Mode selection. Which thing I would like to give it to function this entire UPFC means all these parameters I would like to give it. Another one, power system variables. We all know these variables. V1 reference, shunt current, VPQ reference, impedance, sigma, active and reactive power reference. These are the reference values. I know the reference values. With the help of that reference values only, I'd like to make it controlling strategy will be there. That's why all these have given to the part from the part of system optimization control. Optimization in the sense how extent we can utilize these things. There I'd like to give it to function and operation control. From that they can select particular things, mode selection. That it is only VDC and ISH is enough for the shunt controller. And also shunt reactive power, shunt active power controllers components. I'd like to give it to shunt converter control. Same thing. For the sake of second one, all the currents are I, V1, V2 and the reference I'd like to give it here is VPQ reference. From there, in order to synchronize these two things, I would like to have some other value here. That one is nothing but phase clocked loop. For the sake of synchronization, I would like to use some phase clocked loop. It has some angle of which thing theta. That theta is the balancing of these two parameters. For the sake of this one, I would like to give it some input now. Source voltage V1. We can have some angle of theta. This entire diagram is nothing but overall UPFC control structure. That it is up to now this enough. But phase locked loop is extra one. Another one, two blocks, system optimization control. All parameters given to this one. From that particular thing, I would like to select it in order to operate series converter control and shunt converter control. Then it gives to the part of shunt converters. Yeah, remember this particular thing. It also plays a crucial role. Control scheme. Yeah, in our syllabus or something, we are having a basic control system for P and Q control. Means P and Q control, how they can control these parameters. That it is, this one is one other block. Series converter control. Yeah, can you answer series converter control in the sense whether it comes under 2 or 1? It's obviously 2. Why means series triple C comes under second side, na? That's why it's a 2 side. Yeah, our intention is this series converter control in the sense finally would like to give it to series converter now. For the series converter, which things I would like to give it? That's the question. Series converter gate pattern logic I would like to give it. Finally we know series converter control will give to VPQ and also two more angles. One thing is rho, another one is theta. Theta comes from which thing? Phase locked loop, and the input for the phase locked loop here is V1. These are the parameters. How we can evaluate these parts is nothing but observe this first. Real and reactive current here. Next one, real and reactive power computer, another one. Two parameters will be there. That it is, one thing is reference. Star mark indicates reference. Another one is nothing but actual values. Both the things I would like to give to summation block. In order to compare these two things, There, if there occurs any error, that thing I'd like to make it amplify in order to give it to the part of series injected voltage limitation. Yeah, we all know these are the reference values: P reference, Q reference, V2. From that, I'd like to make it active current component, reactive current component. From this one is I and only V2 is there. From that, IP and IQ actual values. Summation. From that, is that current is enough or not? I would like to measure here. If that error is okay, I'd like to go on. If not, I'd like to amplify here. Then I'd like to give it to series injected voltage. For the limiting of this entire thing, I'd like to give it all the reference values. For the second side, give it all the reference VDC, I, V1, V2. From that, try to make it some components values. That it is series injected voltage here is V2, V2. 2 stands for second side. Replace in a active current component is P, reactive current component is Q. From that output here is magnitude and angle. These components are rectangular in position. I'd like to convert into magnitude and angle, rho and VPQ. And I'd like to synchronize all these components into gate pattern logic. From that, I'd like to give it to series converter. That's the only thing. Observe this particular diagram. Basic control system for P and Q means we have to go for this particular one. This one is for which controller? Series converter control. I'd like to split, previous diagram is this one now. I'd like to split this center part. This one is for series converter control. This one. Next one, if I'd like to move on to shunt converter control means split that first part. Series is second, shunt means first. Same thing, shunt converter gate pattern logic, shunt converter. From that, yeah, don't forget this one is not VSH, it's ISH. It's ISH, not VSH. This one is alpha and this theta is phase locked loop. Same parameters move on to in a particular direction. That it is references here is real and reactive power here. Only current. I shunt active power component, IQ reactive power component. This one. Give it to summation block. These are the references. Star stands for reference. Ordinary one stands for actual values. Make it given to summation block. From that, error amplifier. From that, I would like to make it real and reactive power. From that, I would like to make it to angle alpha and ISH. And there I would like to give it to, in terms of voltage, I would like to give it to shunt converter gate pattern logic. Finally, we can give it to shunt converter. References for the part of this one, VDC reference, VDC actual. Error amplifier, it is enough means I would like to move further. First side now, give the values of V1 also, voltage magnitude. V1 reference, V1 actual value. Give it to error amplifier. This one is a sequence we have to follow for the control structure. For the control structure, that too this one is shunt converter control. This one is also some other same diagram. Yeah, with any one is enough. Don't go for both the things. One diagram is enough. This one or that one. Thank you everyone for listening to my class. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.